I'm Aiden Odinson, and this is Veronica here with me. Now, in the Roman Catholic calendar, the 4th of October is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. And he's somebody that I honor. Why? Because he loves animals, and so do I. Veronica is one of them that I celebrate especially. She's our newest adoption. Yuengling, Lady Stormy, and I went up to the SPCA, same place where we found Yuengling about 6 years ago. And Veronica was there waiting for us. We already knew about her. She met Yuengling and they got along well, and so Veronica and Yuengling have been best buddies ever since. And you're Daddy's pretty girl, aren't you, huh? Are you Daddy's pretty girl? Yeah. And say hi for the people. There's people all over the world going to be saying that they know Veronica now. Yeah. Those of us of the Wiccan persuasion, and many of us of the pagan persuasion, and many others, sometimes refer to them as familiars. And yes, they are our closest friends. They're the ones that we can talk to when we can't talk to a human. And they understand us better, I think. Yuengling is busy upstairs with Lady Stormy. Lady Stormy had a medical procedure on Monday, a diagnostic medical procedure, but she's been pretty much laid up ever since. There was good news from the medical procedure, but the fact is that she's recovering from that, and not only that, but, well, the course of treatment hasn't started up yet. So she still needs to conserve her energy. But at least we don't have the worries that we did. And Yuengling stays close to her. And she's always got a cat close at hand. And actually, Yuengling and Veronica trade off. So I went upstairs and asked which one of them would like to be on TV with me, and Veronica came and volunteered. That's the sort of relationship we've built with them. There's also a cat named Thor. What was it? 2001, yeah. July 4th, 2001. This little, scrawny, tiny cat, about a year old, almost a kitten, almost still a kitten. We were visiting some friends. We got into the car in the parking lot, and the cat jumped in. Lady Stormy said, "Well, I can't drive with you sitting by the pedals." So he looked outside, he looked at her, he looked at me, jumped up in my lap. And he's been spending a lot of time in my lap ever since. 9 years? Yeah, I guess it's been. And so, I can say a few things about animals. I can also say one thing especially about them. Every one of them that we have is either rescued or descended from somebody who was rescued. Like I said, we found Yuengling in the same shelter. that we found Veronica. We have another queen of the house, Lady Hecate, 20 years old. Once upon a time, Lady Stormy's dog rescued Hecate's mother. Yeah, the dog brought a cat home. And just let it be known, this is my buddy. So, quite a little family we have here. And quite a lot we gain from getting to know these animals, letting them get to know us. Makes me wonder sometimes who rescued whom. Through some pretty tough times, they've been by our side. And very loyally so, too. And there were times when I had to ask them some tough questions. Now, it's not like they're going to just sit there and say, well, Iden, here's the way it's going to be. Then again, they're not going to give me cheap advice either. Keep on keeping on, or God's will, God's time, God's higher plan. No. But somehow they bring me closer to an answer. And I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for all they do. And perhaps there's some in your life that you can say the same thing for. Nobody wanted Thor. That's why he was all alone in the world until he jumped into our car. The nearest I can figure, Yuengling got dumped sometime in 2004, which was when we found him in a shelter. And I noticed in his picture that he bore a striking resemblance to a little toy dog that I had when I was a baby. And I told Lady Stormy, that's our dog. The next day, when I was at work, I got a phone call from her. Guess who's coming home with us? Yuengling. And he and I have been inseparable ever since. Veronica probably had something to do with dogfighting. That's only my guess. One of the reasons being, when we got her, she was barely out of being a puppy. She was barely a year old, but she showed obvious signs of having very recently had a litter. So she was a breeder. We also found that she was very gentle, and she liked Yuengling. And she liked me and Lady Stormy. And so we brought her home. So you could almost say that since I got her from a shelter in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, as a matter of fact, maybe you could even say that she's my answer to Michael Vick. Because I haven't found, with the possible, she and Yuengling are the two most gentle dogs that I have ever known, and the most caring. So, in our backyard, you will find a statue of St. Francis. I honor the man for many things. And if you take a close look at what he did, you'll discover much more than what you will find in your typical Sunday school lessons about him, including how he dealt with somebody of a different faith. Quite interesting. But especially how he related to the animals and how the animals related to him. That tells me a lot. And I think he was trying to tell us a lot. And some of us figured it out. Yes. And I'll leave you to figure out what the biggie was. Although if you've heard of me talking about animals who have crossed over the bridge, you may have heard me state that. But these guys are some of the biggest blessings we've ever had. And so I'm taking this occasion to say something in their honor. And you've got friends there that you probably feel like saying something in their honor too. And well, that's what we have this for. I'm Iden, blessed be. Uriel's Gifts and the Secrets in Plain Sight are sponsored by the Temple of Gaia. At Temple of Gaia, we don't train you to our path. We show you how to find and pursue your own path. Above all, we tried to provide a great place to come together and to share. We're located in Collingdale, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, and wherever cyberspace can be reached. To learn more, visit our website at templeofgaiainc.org or our meeting place in cyberspace at templeofgaia.ning.com. Thank you for coming. Feel free to return at any time. We intend to always have something for you here. Blessed be. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.